Welcome back to another week of Ash's Fantasy Facts here on ArizonaSports.com. We head into week number 7. Hopefully your fantasy teams are starting to get it in order and getting some of those W's as we start to look forward to the playoffs. But first things first, let's get through week 7, which might be the toughest bye week for the whole year. 6 teams once again on bye. Those teams, the Red Hot Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati, the New York Giants, Philadelphia, San Fran, and New England. Think about it. That's a lot of fantasy football players and some of the top ones in the game that are not going to be available this week. So let's try to find you some alternates and get another win this week. Let's start like we always do at the quarterback position. A couple quarterbacks I like in week number 7. One is going to be playing right here in Glendale against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm talking about Big Ben Roethlisberger. Look, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to try to throw the ball. The Cardinals secondary has not been able to stop anyone really all season long. I look for Roethlisberger to put up some pretty good numbers in week number 7. And my other start at quarterback, and maybe a lot of you don't even have this guy on your roster, that's Colt McCoy, the former Texas Longhorn. He's now a Cleveland Brown, and actually has put up some decent fantasy numbers. Has been consistent. The one thing I like about McCoy, he throws the ball a lot, like 48 times last week. You're bound to put up good numbers when you do that. They've got Seattle coming to town. I think Cleveland wins. I think McCoy puts up some decent numbers. Now, a couple tread lightlies at the quarterback position. Now, a lot of you don't have this guy on your roster, but if you're searching for a quarterback, don't go this route. Blaine Gabbert, the rookie quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Monday night at home against Baltimore, recipe for disaster. So I am staying away from Blaine Gabbert as one of my possible alternates. Another guy I'm staying away from right here, your very own Arizona quarterback, Kevin Kolb. I'm sorry, Kolb just has not impressed me so far. He hasn't put up good fantasy numbers. I am not putting him in my lineup. Let's move on to the running back position. Couple running backs I like a lot, and they're both rookies this week. We're going to start with what might be the start of the week, DeMarco Murray. There was a race in a lot of leagues to get this guy on your roster from the waivers. If you got him, props. Start him. DeMarco Murray is going to get a lot of looks this week against a banged-up, bad St. Louis football team. DeMarco Murray will put up good numbers as he replaces Felix Jones in the lineup. And another rookie is Mark Ingram of the New Orleans Saints. He's been okay so far this season. I think this weekend at home against Indianapolis, breakout game for Mark Ingram. Now, a couple running backs I'm going to tread lightly with. One is going to be playing against your Arizona Cardinals, Rashard Mendenhall. Believe it or not, the Cardinals' defense has actually been okay against the run. It's just the pass they can't stop. And I think that they will try to stop Mendenhall. I don't look for a big game there. And my next tread lightly at the running back position, and believe it or not, this guy was also almost the dud of the week, AP, Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings. You might say, how's that guy not going to do good? Well, they're playing Green Bay. Green Bay has one of the best rush defenses in the NFL. Plus, the Vikings are rolling out rookie Christian Ponder. Guess what the Packers are going to do? Put everyone up on the box and try to make the rookie beat you with his arm. It's not going to happen. Adrian Peterson does not put up good numbers this week. Let's move on to the wide receivers. A couple wide receivers that could put up some decent numbers this week for your fantasy football team. One is Dez Bryant of the Dallas Cowboys. Again, that matchup against St. Louis, they're going to win that game. I think Dallas wins big. So I think the Dallas Cowboy guys are actually all pretty good starts this week. So go with Dez Bryant. And Antonio Brown. This guy's a rookie with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he is fast, like really fast. And the Cardinals secondary is not fast. Antonio Brown could get behind the secondary once or maybe twice this weekend for big touchdowns against Arizona. Now, a couple tread lightlies at wide receiver. One is going to be your very own Larry Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Cobb is just zeroing in on Fitz right from the get-go. Defenses know that, and they're zeroing in on Larry Fitzgerald. Cardinals don't have other wide receiving options right now that are stepping up, so it's making life very difficult for Larry. Now, you move on to another tread lightly at wide receiver. This guy actually has a new team. Brandon Lloyd was traded. He's not a Bronco anymore. Get rid of that jersey. He is now a St. Louis Ram. Problem, he goes to St. Louis, they don't have a quarterback. Sam Bradford's injured and is going to be out. So I'm going to tread lightly with Brandon Lloyd in his new home. Let's move on to the sleeper of the week. It's a guy that maybe you don't know about. Maybe he's not even on your roster yet. I think he could be a pretty good candidate this week. And this guy is a rookie out of North Carolina, wide receiver Greg Little. I know, you don't know who he is. He's with the Cleveland Browns. He's actually put up very good fantasy numbers early on. A lot of targets from Colt McCoy go his way. He hasn't cracked pay dirt yet. He hasn't hit the end zone, but he will. If you're in a bind at wide receiver with all the buys this week, Greg Little is a solid pickup in fantasy rosters. And let's move on now to the dud of the week, the guy that's just not going to get it done in week number 7. The dud of the week this week, Chicago Bear quarterback Jay Cutler. They're on the road taking on Tampa. I happen to believe Tampa Bay is pretty good, and I think they'll shut down the Bears. Bears had a nice win on Sunday night, but they will not make it 2 in a row. That's it. That's how we do it. That's Ash's Fantasy Facts for week number 7. Don't forget, 6 teams on a bye. Buffalo, Cincinnati, the New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco, and New England. Take that into consideration. Get your lineups full. Get them in on time. And we wish you the best of luck in week 7.